Hi BookTube, I'm gonna answer the BookTube Endgame Tag, which was created and just uploaded by Dalton from Stripped Cover Lit. And I'm gonna be real honest with you, I have no idea what Endgame is or what the Avengers is. I know it's some kind of weird movie that combines superheroes, Star Wars. I really don't know. And you know, I am a big movie buff. I'm a big movie fan. I go to the movies every single weekend. I watch approximately 3 movies per weekend. And I watch pretty much every movie that comes out except superhero movies. I just don't like them. I don't get them. I get insanely bored by superhero movies, except maybe Spider-Man. I think I saw the last Spider-Man, the one with Tom Holland, which I actually really enjoyed because it was sweet and it was funny, I guess. And I just found that character as played by Tom Holland really delightful, and I really like that guy always. And I also really enjoyed the Into the Spider-Verse movie. But those are the only superhero movies I think that I've watched and that I've enjoyed. I think I once went on a date with someone who took me to watch Iron Man. Is Iron Man the red guy who looks like a big pill, like a robot? Is that Iron Man? I think it is Iron Man. I did not watch the movie. I fell asleep from beginning to end. The most boring 3 hours or 2 hours that I have ever endured in my life. So I don't like superhero movies. I don't know what Avengers is. I don't get it, okay? Whatever. I'm still gonna do this tag because I will do whatever Stripped Cover Lid tells me to do. So the first question is paperback or hardback? And this is weird because I actually prefer hardback in terms of, you know, when we're talking about books as objects. I really love a beautiful hardback. Like, let me share, I actually have some hardbacks here. This is a beautiful hardback. It's a pretty ancient book, and it is a beautiful hardback. However, even though I may prefer them as beautiful objects in and of themselves, hardbacks are not really accessible or convenient. That's the word. So I love a good hardback, like a good hardback, the floppy hardback, paperbacks. I love a good paperback. They're just very convenient, and I prefer them for actual reading. Question number 2 is science fiction or fantasy, and I'm gonna go with fantasy because I've always had a weird prejudice that science fiction is tacky. I don't know why. It's a completely unreasonable prejudice that I have, but that's just the way that I think. I think science fiction is kind of tacky, kind of in bad taste. And I think fantasy is a little bit more sophisticated. Again, I don't have any reasons to believe this. It's just the way that my weird mind works. I don't know. I also think maybe it has to do with the really cheap looking science fiction covers. I mean, some of those books, if you go to the science fiction part of the bookstore, those books look cheap. Like, they just look poorly done. So maybe that's why I've always thought that science fiction is very tacky. Question number 3, poetry or prose? Poetry is for the Adrians of this world, the Adrian Fords of this world, so no thank you. Question number 4 is Hemingway or Fitzgerald, and this is weird because I have only read Fitzgerald's The Great Gatsby, and I really loved it back when I read it, and I have never read Hemingway. I know you're judging me. I judge myself. How could I possibly not have read anything by Hemingway and still be here? I don't know myself. So I have read Fitzgerald. I love The Great Gatsby, and yet I'm gonna go with Hemingway because I have a feeling. I have a feeling. Ooh. I have a feeling that whenever I do get around to reading Hemingway, I'm gonna fall in love with him. I don't know why. Question number 5 is fiction or nonfiction. Fiction all the way. Although, if I take a look into my favorite books of recent years, I guess nonfiction wins. 84, Charing Cross Road, Apple of My Eye, both of them by Helene Hanff. Many books that I've read recently that are nonfiction and that have surprised me. So but I still would choose fiction. I guess I usually go for fiction, but when I do read nonfiction, it just blows me out of the water. Question number 6 is Harry Potter or the Hunger Games. I am not answering that blasphemous question. You know that Harry Potter is Jesus for this channel. For this channel, if you don't believe in Harry Potter, it's a sin. Okay, thank you. Moving on, question number 7, classics or modern? I guess the same thing applies with the fiction, nonfiction thing. I usually read modern books, modern literature, but whenever I do read a classic, I am really overwhelmed. Like when I read, what was it? The Picture of Dorian Gray, it just completely destroyed me. It was beautiful. It was an amazing experience. So yeah, I normally don't read classics, and yet whenever I do, it's like, wow, I am completely stunned. Question number 8 is reading or writing? I don't write, I just read. So reading all the way. Number 9, unlimited reading time, but you cannot pick the book, or 1 hour of reading daily from the book of your choice. I will absolutely choose just 1 hour of reading whatever the hell I want. I am lucky if I have 1 entire hour to dedicate towards reading every day, so I would count myself lucky. And finally, question number 10 is Adrian Fort or Dalton Gentry? Oh man, there are so many answers that are coming up in my brain right now, all of which are incredibly indecent and not suited for your ears, your holy, sacred, pure ears. So I'm just gonna smile gently, politely, and very sophisticatedly, and I'm just gonna say that I will take Adrian Ford and Dalton Gentry either alone or at the same time for very different purposes. Thanks for watching. That's it.